What's going on, everybody? My name is Paul. Welcome back to the Basketball Show. Here I take an objective and honest look at the NBA, NBA current players, NBA legends, and everything else about the NBA and basketball altogether. Now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about this new information that just came out today. There are reports now that Maverick Carter, LeBron James, one of his best buddies, is spearheading an effort to raise $5 billion to create an international basketball league rivaling the NBA. Okay, so as we know, LeBron James is still playing in the NBA, and he got his son drafted by the Lakers. Maverick Carter came out in front of all this and specifically stated that LeBron James is not at all involved in this endeavor and has no knowledge of it going on, and nothing at all. He's completely not connected. Now let me ask you a quick question. Does anyone anymore really believe anything that comes out of the mouth of LeBron James, his friends, or Clutch Sports for that matter? No sane and logical people believe anything these guys say anymore. After years of lies, exaggerations, overstatements, media manipulation, and just blatant bragging about everything possible regarding LeBron James. No one believes LeBron is not involved. Stop it, okay? There was a quick reaction to the story by Stephen A. Smith, which I saw today and kind of got me informed about this. And I think he raises a few interesting points, so I would like you to listen to what he had to say and chime in the comments. Now, here you go.
Respectfully, nobody, and I mean nobody on the planet, wants to hear that something doesn't involve LeBron James when Maverick Carter is doing that. I mean, it's one of the most asinine things that somebody could put out there. Nobody believes that. It's an insult to anybody to think that Maverick Carter, as brilliant as he is, and as many things as he engages in, is engaging in something of this magnitude, and it has absolutely nothing to do with LeBron James. That's just nonsense. Nobody believes that. So let's get that out the way. That's number one. I just learned about this story. I haven't called anybody about it. They're just asking my opinion just based on the news reports. I haven't spoken to Maverick. I haven't spoken to anybody else. I haven't spoken to folks on the other side, even though I know some folks overseas. I haven't spoken to anybody about this yet. But when I saw this story, the first thing that jumped to my mind was one of two things. LeBron James recognizes he won't ultimately become an owner of an NBA franchise, or he wants the NBA to think about what he can do if they don't acquiesce and ultimately let him become the owner of an NBA franchise down the line. Now, if he talked about it before the in-season tournament, before the Lakers won the in-season tournament last year, he would love to become the owner of an NBA team. He would love to bring a team to Las Vegas and be a part owner for that. That's going to cost you about $7 billion to have. For an NBA team in Las Vegas, the price is going to be about $7 billion. Having said that, Wendy, he needs additional investors and all of that stuff. We all know that LeBron James can come up with the money. He can come up with investors. Plenty of investors that would love to connect with LeBron James, especially to own an NBA franchise. But they still have to let you in. In order to let you in, they got to take a bunch of things into consideration. Has he been the marquee? Sure. Has he answered the call as the marquee? Fine. Got 4 championships, 4 league MVPs. Has never cheated the game with his effort, his conditioning, et cetera, et cetera. But when you look at today's NBA culture, when you look at some of the hits NBA players take, particularly as we approach All-Star Week in the slam dunk contest that LeBron James never participated in, the flagrant, lackadaisical effort they put forth during All-Star Weekend. LeBron James, way before all of that, deciding to take his talents to South Beach from Cleveland, and Dan Gilbert, the owner for the Cavaliers, had to find out watching the news just like everybody else, or watching him with Jim Gray just like everybody else. Those kind of things are the kind of, along with that player empowerment movement that LeBron has instigated, which people like myself clearly applaud him for, Those kind of things, the flagrant manner in which he has done it, that has served to turn owners off, which you know all too well, Wendy. How good or how much does that serve to ingratiate him with them in terms of their support with him coming in as an owner? Everybody wanted that for Michael Jordan because of what Michael Jordan did for the league. Even though people like myself, you and others appreciate what LeBron has done in terms of his part, he's been a beneficiary of the sacrifices that the Magic Johnsons, the Larry Birds, the Michael Jordan, and others have made. And there are some who believe there is an absence of appreciation on his part in that regard, which is why they would probably get in the way of him having an ownership stake, which would explain a story like this.
Now, you just heard from Stephen A. say he thinks it's very possible that LeBron James is so afraid of not being able to become the owner of an NBA team, he might be playing games to pressure the NBA to let him become one. Simple as that. You know what I think? This literally stinks of LeBron and his tactics. You know, what the hell did he do to the Lakers, ultimately to force them to draft Bronny? Remember, he was making public comments that he might not re-sign with them, and at all. Yes, he did that. And he pressured the Lakers to draft Bronny in that way. Only when he knew that that's going to take place, he actually got his extension signed with them. He was blackmailing and pressuring the Lakers to do what he wanted. And this is looking exactly the same. This kind of approach has been the staple of LeBron for 2 decades now. That's what he does when he can't get his way. He pouts, he throws a fit, and cries, and puts as much pressure as possible to let him buy a team. And he wants to own one in Las Vegas. On the Lakers to draft his son, he put pressure too. On the Lakers to file multiple coaches while he was there, he put pressure on them too. He tried in Miami to get rid of Eric Spoelstra. But Pat Riley, who is a true alpha dog in the NBA and in that space, said, screw that. Want to leave LeBron? There's the door. Just don't let it hit you on the way out. That's how it ended. LeBron just left Miami, and that was it. I believe Stephen A. Smith is also right that LeBron turned many owners off by the way he did things and how he handled things during his career. Do you think Dan Gilbert is happy with LeBron? No. Do you think the Heat organization and ownership is happy with him after how he left and what he tried to do there? No. Do you think Jeannie Buss is super happy with LeBron right now? After making them invest in Bronny and leverage their future on LeBron and his son? She might be happy now because money's coming in, but after? You think she would actually like to have LeBron at the table, her equal as an owner of an NBA franchise, bargaining with her, having a voice as strong as her? I don't think so. He sees that, and he's trying every tactic to let him have a team. Michael Jordan had a team. You think LeBron would be able to live with himself and stand it if he wasn't allowed to have a team, if he was denied? LeBron uses these kinds of shady and dishonorable moves. And that's the way he operates now, and the way he has operated for years. I personally think Stephen A. is right on, and LeBron is making these moves to put himself in the best position to be an owner of an NBA team. And as far as I know, the NBA is actually looking more to expand into Europe right now, not the US. So LeBron might want to change their thinking so they turn their attention back to the United States instead of Europe, because LeBron doesn't want to own a team in Europe. He wants a team in the United States, and he wants in Las Vegas. That's pretty much where we are right now. And I think Stephen A, even though he hasn't spoken to anybody yet on this, and I keep repeating to you guys, I don't agree with him on a lot of things, but on this, I think he's pretty much spot on. We will never know because nobody will ever come out and say, yeah, this is what LeBron's doing, or this is what this, or this is what's that. No, that's not going to happen. But looking at his track record, what he was doing in Cleveland, what he was doing in Miami, what he was doing in the Lakers, that's exactly the way LeBron would handle things. So thank you for listening on this one. I'll see you in another one very, very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.